You know what I'm saying? This Darius J. Everybody got a background, huh? Except for me. That's all
That is
right.
your background.
These niggas don't. Armani don't part out and put his art in the back. Somebody give me some scribbles or something.
That's some
I
scribbles.
was say I give you some scribbles.
You know what I'm saying? Give me some little baby art and put in the back that match.
Baby there. Oh, this big boy's there. Jay, you feel me? Yeah, you know what I forgot.
Bro, you don't even know what voices you putting on, bro.
Yeah, I forgot what voice I had, but
I was about to say I put some scribbles on, but that made me think. Are y'all caught up on JJ Cam?
oh, nah, you talking about old boy?
Yeah.
Hey, let me go back to my regular voice then.
That just crazy.
It's ridiculous. Bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Checking in, you know what I'm saying? Once again, we live. We doing it a little bit different today, you know what I'm saying? For y'all that catching the audio, we ain't in the same room, you know what I'm saying? But we in the same space. We are streaming this recording for people that got devices to stream on. If y'all care or not. If you don't care, we don't care. You don't care, you know what I'm saying? Because they ain't, I slap the black off you either way. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm a real black person.
Good catch. Good catch. Good catch.
I'm a real black person, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? I don't play that stuff. Yeah. People don't know.
All that. But yeah, this is your boy Afro. We up in here. You know what I mean?
And your boy Chris, aka Maximilian, BKA Swallow Leveling. That's sticking, by the way.
Hey, bro. That junk crazy.
That's sticking, by the way.
You cannot tell me that junk ain't crazy.
I was like, that was gold.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm a slick get up and put on a t-shirt somewhat.
Should. Should.
Yeah.
Just saying. But as always, welcome in, ladies and gents. As Darius mentioned, this is a little bit of a different format because life be life, but we still got to get these episodes out. Yeah.
Yes.
Got
you technical load ya.
I can't with y'all, man. But if y'all haven't already, go ahead and grab yourselves a glass and have a drink with us as we talk this talk.
Yeah.
Today, ladies and gents, we will be discussing attraction versus alignment. I know we don't talk about a whole lot of relationship topics nowadays, but we're gonna switch it up a little bit. So we're gonna give y'all one of these.
Yeah. Is you attracted or is you aligned? You know what I'm saying? Because if you know, some of y'all don't know the difference. You know what I mean? Y'all don't know how to line up with your lady. You just saw some boobies and was like, hey, that's what I like. And you just went after it. But you don't know nothing about her. You don't even know her favorite color. You don't know what make her smile.
I don't know nothing about the boobies. That's crazy.
Huh?
Hey.
Boobies. I don't know if you're a booby man. I'm a booby butt man. I like both bees.
Both of
them. I like them all. You know
BOFFUM. Both of them.
Both of them.
Stop playing.
That's how I live. But I say for me, you know what I'm saying? Like I see a lot of people, people don't want to get to know hard parts of people. And I feel like that's what keep people from being aligned. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't ask the proper questions. They just be asking the things that they like, hey, these are questions I ask because I can handle the answer. You know what I'm saying? And then you end up avoiding real deep conversation to be able to get to know that person. And then you be looking at it, it shows. Because a lot of times you can't avoid hard things just because, and attraction don't last. Attraction lasts about as long as it take you to bust a nut in real life.
Well, see, that's the problem. If that's the case, then it's not really attraction.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's all I'm saying.
Well,
You know?
with that though, like don't you feel as though there has to be at least some level of attraction to kind of start down that path to then figure out what that alignment looks like? Because I mean, I agree. Like, I definitely feel like there's a stark difference between the two, but I feel like attraction is like a starting point. Like, you're not gonna want to try to align with somebody that you're not at least somewhat attracted to.
Well,
Correct.
see, that's what's funny. I think, in actuality, I think the perfect scenario is that they both have the same starting point. Like,
Yeah.
the starting
Yeah.
of what you are attracted to is 100% like also is going to be aligned with who you are now and potentially who you are trying to be in the future. But those things, they're not. The reality is that doesn't happen all the time. That's how you have people who are like, oh, I'm attracted to a type, but that type always puts them in a situation where they're in like a toxic relationship or something like that. Like, it's like it's horrible to say, but like women who are attracted to the bad boy trope. You know what I'm saying? It's like the type of person isn't actually aligned with what you're trying to do with your life, but you're attracted to the essence of like this individual type thing. So it's like, I think that's where that kind of comes in, where they're not necessarily the same. But I hear you, because you don't want. I think there are people who will, and people who have, but the preference is you will find someone who you are aligned with, but you are also attracted to. The problem is, I think a lot of people judge too early based solely on attraction, and they overlook people who they could be aligned with, but it also could be habit. You know what I'm saying? You want to find people who are at least somewhat disciplined and, take care of their bodies or whatever the case is, because that's the kind of tip you're trying to be on. Then you got to be where those kind of people be at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the point you gotta find your people out of. But if you're going to places where they wouldn't normally be at, you can't get mad when you don't find somebody who's not aligned, and you only dealing with people who you may be attracted to every once in a while.
True.
Or two.
I'm gonna say, hold on, before we get too deep into it, I just thought about it. We all out of whack because we jumped straight into the topic and did not check in even a little bit.
We just got
straight to business.
We like a man that ain't trying to be aligned. He just wants to keep me. You know what I'm saying? He just took the pants off. He didn't even take on a date. He showed up to the house pantless, unaligned.
Lord,
Winnie the Pooh style.
Not Winnie the Pooh style. This t-shirt butt out.
All right, let's rewind back. You know what I'm saying?
How was your week,
Chris? Yeah, how was y'all weeks? You know what I'm saying? I go first since I'm already talking it loud. I was sick the past weekend. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened to me. I just caught something. You know what I'm saying? And it put me down for a couple of days. The week been good. You know what I'm saying? I've been out here chilling. You know what I'm saying? Been training and whatnot, living my life, you feel me? As a real man out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? In the logistics industry. You know what I'm saying? Training up the future truck drivers of the world that may or may not injure some of you people. It's some I got confidence in, and some, if you see them, move. You know what I'm saying? He slid through the cracks. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I don't have the final okay. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I've been all right. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get back on routine. I've been out of whack a little bit. You know what I'm saying? As I spoke previously of and many times. You know what I'm saying? Once I don't have a routine, I'm kind of just all over the place, and I'm trying to fit stuff in where I can fit it in it. And I'm getting the new skill by learning what side to be heavy on at times and what side I need to lie. Slide things to the left or to the right. You know what I'm saying? It's just like constantly moving and being able to go with the ebbs and the flows. You feel me? But other than that, everything been good. Trying to, you know what I'm saying, keep up with family and, be an adult male that people want to follow sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
True that. Good deal. Monty, what's up with you, bro?
Man, I'm out here, bro. Constantly, I've been sick all freaking week, honestly. my son brought something home from school, and he pretty much shut the entire household down, bro. Like, he was sick, throwing up and all that craziness. He gave it to me first. Shoot, everybody's sick, bro. Like, I'm just like, yo, this ain't it. I don't know what's going on, but this ain't it, bro. So yeah, it's not been the move right now, but you know, I'm better, he's better. I actually don't think my daughter really got too sick, but you know, it's just recovery. It's just been this week. Recovery and trying to build on my master plan. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I keep running into this wall where I'm hesitating to believe in the plan that I've made. Not necessarily because I don't believe in the plan itself, but it's like, you know, and there's he talked to me about it last time. It's like, you know, it's getting out of my own way in a sense that's like, all right, like, come on, get out your own way. Like, let's get it moving. You know what I mean? And just
right.
Dealing with those nuances and new different ways of where without realizing it, I'd be trying to practice escapism. So trying to call it out when I see it and then like navigate it through. And just kind of stick to what I know I need to be doing when it boils down to it. You know what I mean?
True that.
True that. What's up with you, Chris Maximilian? Swolo leveling.
Hey, man. Nah, I've been good. So this past week, Ashley has been in Florida for work. She just got back yesterday. So I've been on super dad duty the whole week. So I been tired of crap, trying to keep up with my routine, but also pull double duty with like just getting the girls up, getting them ready for school, working, getting off, picking them up, taking them to their activities, gymnastics, dance class, church, and all of that. So it's just been on go. Might have been on autopilot for the most part. But also trying to like finish up this I don't know if you want to call it like a sermon, lesson, or whatever it is for our midweek service coming up on the 25th. Me and Ashley are supposed to be sharing about loving the Lord your God with all your strength, because we're going through this series of like the greatest commandment, you know, loving the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. So like each week they've had a different either like father-daughter situation, couple, whatever like that, do it. So Byron and his daughter did the first week. Moses and his wife just did this past Wednesday, and then there's another brother doing it this upcoming Wednesday, and then we're closing it out with our portion. So we're trying to finalize that stuff, and I think we got something good. We just gotta kind of run through it and just kind of see what's what. So that's been dope. And then I think lastly, bro, like I don't know if anybody else kind of goes through it, but like from time to time, or not from time to time, but like recently, I feel like the topic of like, and not to sound morbid, but like death has just kind of been like in the forefront for me. Like whether it's I'm seeing stories about like people passing from cancer, or the crap that our current sitting president is doing, or just like death in itself, just kind of like thinking about what's after, and like of course being like professing Christianity and like trying to live that life, there's still a part of me that fears death. And I think the finality of it all is what, like, I don't know, it just causes like a little bit of anxiety sometimes. Like, it's like part of you knows that there is something after, but then there's another part of you that I don't know. I don't want to necessarily say like doubts it, but
Yeah.
it just kind of feels like I don't know. I don't know how to really put it to words.
Yeah. I feel you.
For sure.
Because I think
So-
about that stuff too. But I think, you know what I'm saying? I land on 2 points. I think I know I'm going to heaven or I'm gonna be reincarnated as another
Mhm.
black man.
With that baby voice.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have I'm gonna have a system window, all kinds of stuff. It's just gonna be wow. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to come back and then I just want to come back as another black dude.
Another black man. I'm cool with
Yeah.
that. Mm-hmm,
I don't want to be nothing else. I just want to be black. Black is just it. Being black is cool. You know what I'm saying? It made me think that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times. So you know, I have a fear of losing loved ones because I don't rock with a lot of people, and the people that I love, I don't want them to go. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't fear death for myself. You know what I'm saying? Because just like at the end of the day, it's final. Ain't nothing I can do with it. I know I'm gonna die one day.
Right.
And that's why I try my best to have everything lined up, and I tell my wife where everything is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, don't cry about me when I go. You know what I'm saying? Because I gave you everything I had while I was here. There was nothing lacking.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I know you gonna miss me. I ain't gonna tell you not to grieve me, but don't become a worse person without me. I want you to live. You know what I'm saying? It's like take your time, but still go live life. I still need you to be the best you, because I'm not here, but the world still deserves a good you. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be like, sometimes it'll bring me to tears for real. Like if something come over me, like if my wife go out of town and she ain't close to me, and if I get caught in that moment, like man, what something happened? You know what I'm saying? Woo, 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 woo. That stuff will bring me to tears, like every time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't fathom, you know what I'm saying, life without her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure it's the same. It's the same with her too, because she's, you know, she say the same thing. We both got the same fear. We don't feel death for ourselves, but we do feel, you know, death for the loss of the one we love. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Because even just like my sisters and stuff like that, I just like I love them and I wouldn't want them gone. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I ain't in control of that. I feel what I feel and I pray about it. And the rest of it, just like I say, I turn it over to God. I'm in control of 2% of my life. That's the number I know I have control over, 2%. I would like to tell people you have more control than 2%. You really don't. You know what I'm saying? Most of that, and that's all inside of you. It's all about how you gonna handle it. And I know if my wife would go prematurely, or if I go prematurely, I don't told her who she still need to be, who her identity need to lie in without me. And the same with me. She know, you know what I'm saying? We just, those conversations are scary to have, but you still got to have them. You still got to set your family up got to set your family up to win. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's why you got life insurance policies and stuff like that, man. You don't want them slacking and lacking, you know what I'm saying? They have to do some strange thing for some change when you go. So the best thing to do is, you know, accept the fact that you might die and prepare your family for it. Be as good as you can while you here, because those are the things that's gonna get them through. Those are the things that's gonna get us all through when we face with death of a mother, father, whatever. Because even like one thing I was thinking about the other day, I said, man, I ain't really got no relationship with my dad, but I know if my dad died, I still probably feel some kind of way. Because I can mourn. You can mourn what you didn't have. You know what I'm saying? But you know, stay strong, brother.
Oh yeah,
God got
100%.
Got some real
100%.
niggas around, you know what I'm saying? So,
Oh yeah. No, I'm not doubting that one bit. And I think somebody had like, and it's funny because like you read stuff 1,000 times, but like usually when you hear somebody else say it, like it clicks differently or it just hit different. But it's like, folks, somebody had to remind me. They was like, bruh, like remember Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane? Like even though he knew who he was, bruh still, I'm talking about shed blood from stress because he did not want to die in that way.
Yeah.
Like he was God in the flesh, but still prayed for this to happen another way. So, like in essence, Jesus didn't want to die either.
No, he didn't. He didn't want to get the meat whooped off his back.
He didn't want to go through all of that, but still,
I don't think nobody would have wanted to go.
I mean that
You know what I'm saying? Like and that's what you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing why we try and tell people is like, hey, bro, think about. I tell people, I said, this is the reason why a lot of times my faith in God doesn't get shaken. My faith in people often does.
Mm-hmm.
I said because the thing of it is, I read the Bible as a human experience. I don't read the Bible as a supernatural thing. You know what I'm saying? I just like, bro, that was a man thought right there. That man was stressed to the point he was bleeding sweat. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And just like everything, every story you ever read about Paul and them, man, if you read it for real and you don't just champion the end product and you read the process they went through, they were messed up. We all have the capability to feel these real human things. It's not weak to feel emotions and anxiety and stuff like that. Just express it to your people you love and care about that's gonna pull back into you to get you through. There's a reason why he had 12 solid brothers. He had 13 people around. He knew 12 on was solid. He knew one on was a lame. He still let the lame sit at the table and break bread with him before he was leaving off this earth. That's how much of a real person he was.
100%. But yeah, but appreciate those words, man. But yeah, that's just kind of how my week's been for the most part.
Yeah.
Sounds distracting.
Right. Armani, you got some juice over there you want to share with people in your pocket? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Nah, we skipping over the scent stuff. Go outside and stank today.
Right. Figure it out.
Yeah, all right.
Go holler at one of the kiosks in the mall that sell the oils.
Go outside and smell like the soap you bathe with. You know what I'm saying? We ain't getting y'all secrets every week. You know what I'm saying?
Not today. I ain't
yeah, we gatekeeping today. You know what I'm saying?
Go smell like Old Spice or something.
See, yeah, get some juke. You know what I'm saying? Go and spray some of that jupe on or some of that. That TJ Maxx curve. Yeah.
Buy some cologne from Forever 21.
Get some of that plastic bottle bod spray. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
we out here smelling like alcohol and bad thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no smelling like. Yeah.
That is alcohol and bad thoughts.
That's what you are. Like
that's what you are. You're a walking calamity at that point.
Exactly. You boy, somebody light a match around you, it's over with.
It's old
up in smoke.
Dunzo.
Oh, not the Chloe Lavon. Oh, yeah.
It was. It was.
You know what I'm saying? For real.
All right, but back to the attraction versus alignment, though.
I forgot what point I was even trying to make with that.
We just talking about like people who find themselves in a position where, or not positions per se, but should there be an alignment regardless? Like, should you be normally attracted to people you're aligned with?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I say, you know, like the point you made earlier about it running kind of, you hope it go to start together, you know what I'm saying, and just broadens, you know what I'm saying, expands. But a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, we as human beings don't all share spaces where we come out. There's no real playbook for a lot of the things that we embark on in life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like there's no real playbook for relationship. We watch many of our parents, family members, and stuff like that be in bad relationships where you could see that they either made a choice out of trauma, desperation, or that's all they know how to do. You know what I'm saying? Because some people trauma bond. You know what I'm saying? And they don't know that they doing it because it's underlying the thing. You do all the good stuff to try to get through and make that bond. But after you cross a certain plane and you ain't had no real in-depth you have had no real in-depth getting to knowing, and you just rode the wave of attraction. That's the reason why people don't survive when that attraction wave crash on land. You know what I'm saying? They looking all discombobulated and was like, how we got here, we was riding this wave, it was so good. Why are we apart now? And you know what I'm saying? And he's just like, y'all roll. We as human beings tend to like to have fun and like to be comfortable, and we ain't gonna do the uncomfortable things, because like uncomfortable things we're not afraid of the uncomfortableness that's gonna come out of other people. We're afraid of the uncomfortable thing that's gonna come out of us.
Interesting. I mean, I usually feel like people tend to give themselves like a really weird level of grace, but I don't disagree necessarily, because I think like we know ourselves enough to be like, oh, we know we're gonna get to this level of discomfort when it comes to just, your general journey of life. But I don't feel like we place always that same level of like setup or even grace for other people,
Right.
So, but I also think that's like probably a red flag, depending on how you navigate that. You navigate it with either you give people too much grace or you don't give them enough. You know what I'm saying? You got to find yourself at a real nice spot in the middle where like you're navigating people appropriately. But still, you know what I'm saying? I still think that people have to refine their mind when it comes to like what they naturally think, or not naturally think, but what they're naturally just attracted to. You know what I mean? It's like I think in a lot of ways it's semi-learned behavior. Like instinctual, like, that's why you grow up with like a parent that's like really horrible. So you're either adopting their habits or you're attracted to people with those habits.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't even know why you keep finding yourself in this situation. It's because you read certain setups as comfortable. It's familiar for you. You're not really attracted to it, but you're used to having this type of energy around you.
Yeah,
So
to give you that.
Right.
Yeah.
So now you got to retrain your mind on what you're attracted to. You know what I mean? That instinctual attraction. So to speak.
Yeah, because at that time it's just like it ain't about the person, it's about the environment and the way that environment made you feel, that familiarity. Dang.
And I won't say that in itself is like all bad, but it is like some like murky waters to kind of play in, because people that operate solely in attraction, like that can go a myriad of different ways in regards to like how that relationship is.
Oh, it's horrible. I'll tell you that. I'll say like the only reason why I say that is because like I feel like I'm a product of attraction, not alignment. Because my parents were never married.
Yeah.
They were attracted to to each other enough.
Yeah.
To do the sideways hula.
Oh yeah, then, your daddy slid one of them strong drinks he like to sneak up on people. Like, hey,
that
Powerful drink that drink himself. Forget giving it to somebody else. Like
that's your own. That's his. But no, like, but they I hate my mom told me this. Like, she told me about like the time that her and my dad met. It was one of those situations where it's like, you with your boys, she with her girls. Yeah. There's a mutual connection between somebody in the friend group. Y'all just happened to meet up, and my mom was like, this was back in like maybe like, I don't know, 70s, 80s. And she was like, I saw them shorts. I was like, Mom.
Joker had his knees out.
had them knees out, had them
that thigh meat out. Your mama a thigh man. She a thigh woman.
Had them 5-inch seams on.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Had them Magnum PI shorts on, cuz.
Yeah, baby.
Had them Rocky 3 shorts on.
That's exactly what it was, bro. That was looking like Apollo Creed.
I'm trying to tell you out there, hey, them shorts back in the day was considered underwear today, buddy.
You feel me?
I swear to God, bro. But that's what it was. Like, they never aligned enough to where it's like marriage was a thing. But if you look at their dynamic now, they pretty much the best of friends.
Yeah, my mama still hate my daddy to this day.
Paul Hammock is crazy.
That's wild.
My mama hate for my daddy running deep. Hey, Jesus Christ. But, you know, but it was the same thing with my mama, though. You know what I'm saying? She was attracted to my daddy. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, she saw him, like, man, this joker like to wear nice Italian shoes and keep his hair cut out ways, you know, dress nice all the time.
Said he had on them lemon pepper steppers.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? He was like, she was like, he was one of the first black people I ever seen had Italian leather shoes on. It was like, dang, that had money back in the day. How you broke now? I mean, but but you know what I'm saying? Had the nice little Nissan, you know what I'm saying? Nissan 350Z, you know what I'm saying? Back the old school 350. You know what I'm saying? Back that was an X 350XZ, you know what I'm saying? Old school Neon. I meant Nissan back in the day, sport car. I remember that car too. That thing was clean. That joke was white. That thing down every time he got out of it too.
That's what my dad was with that lack, that coupe Ville.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I be looking at stuff like I'm like, hey, so you saw you was okay with the outer appearance, but when you found out why you kept rocking with him when you were finding out he wasn't that person, you know what I'm saying? It's like and that's where it comes to the point where I think what Armando was landing on is just like, oh, this gave you something that you was used to. You can handle this ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll give you something to opt out of when it's convenient for you, because you'll be like, well, all right, you know what I'm saying? After, you know, I can only take 3-4 years of this abuse. Now I'm gonna leave, you know what I'm saying? And you were the problem. It was never me. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, well, you know, as dirtbaggy as you say he was clean enough to get them cheek meats. That's how I got here. And that's why I look like him. That's why I laugh like him. Like everybody say, I act just like my daddy, but I don't know my daddy enough to say I act like him. But I just take your word for it. The people that did get to meet him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. True that. So at what point do you think, or because I know that y'all were speaking earlier about like how attraction and alignment can kind of run like, you know, the same course a bit, but at any point at what point do you think they start to then like converge?
I think they converge with intentionality, because either that or you're operating solely out of luck. You know what I'm saying? And there are people who are very, very lucky, where it's like they didn't. There you go, adapt and convert. Yes, you can. But I think there are a lot of people, they find themselves. It's like, oh, this was like your high school sweetheart, and it really happened to work out, and it worked out for practical and longevity purposes, as well as, you know, romantic ones as well. But yeah. I just don't think that's normal, especially now in a time where women are a lot more empowered and they don't feel obligated to stay even if the situation doesn't suit them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or dudes have the crippling of choice, because just like I tell people a lot of time back in the day, my mom and daddy were from two small towns. You know what I'm saying? That was like, you could stand in my town and throw a rock and it'll land in that other town. You know what I'm saying? So proximity played a real good, real big factor. So it's like now with the internet, the world's so big now. Now dudes just like, all right, well, if you don't like me like that, it's another Instagram girl on here that's shaking cheek meat that I can go get with and have my trauma over there and bond with their trauma again. You know what I'm saying? We could just continue this cycle. So if we just don't ever feel like getting past the attraction stage, because just like I tell people, you gotta wanna, like Armando said, intentionality. You have to want to start to converge these two things so it can be something deeper. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta want to get to know. You gotta want to have, just like if a person come to you and just like, and you're like with my wife talking, we would have conversations that were deeper than what you like, what you doing, all that stuff like that. I ask real questions, like, cause if I'm trying to get to know you, and I understood at my age, which I was an adult when I met my wife, I was 29. You know what I'm saying? I knew in order for it to go somewhere, in order for me to get to know this person, I had to have a level of knowing, because I know what I can't handle. And if you got a lot of what I don't want to deal with, I can't be with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how long that takes, because we're going to have these conversations. And just like the thing she asked of me, it wasn't about, oh, I'm trying to figure out if you're a bad person. I'm just trying to figure out if you have a level of crazy I can deal with and want to navigate outside of your attraction. You know what I'm saying? Because your attraction is attracting. But I need to know what it looked like beyond the skin. You know what I'm saying? What inner turmoils that you had to keep you up at night that might keep me up at night? And can I handle your booger bags? Do I want to try to help? Because just like I tell people, everybody come in with baggage. I don't know nobody that come into a relationship and ain't got no bags. 1, 2, 3, or 50. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, do I want to help carry those bags? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's the thing that's gonna truly align us. Like, how we gonna yoke up? You know what I'm saying? How we gonna walk together? Yeah. Because if you got 50 bags, I got 1, and you just dump all your bags on me. Oh man, we ain't aligned.
You can go. Yeah, no. Yeah. No. That's what I'm talking about. That's that intentionality. Like when that changes, you at least open up the door. You know.
Yeah.
I mean? And I think when you start changing how you approach relationships like that, and you looking for potential suitors, it sets you up where it's like you legitimately go from playing checkers to chess, like 100%.
Right.
Yeah, and I feel like when it comes to that too, like there's a lot of self-reflection and humility that got to come with it too, because I'll use my situation like as an example. Like when I first got baptized, I always noticed Ashley. Like I've always noticed her. I can tell you, because we were part of the same like little family group, whatever like that. But at the age that I started coming around, I was 22. I'm
young buck.
That's considered grown, but I was a little boy still, because
we were grown to ourselves. We thought we were
ourselves.
Hey, that's it right there. What Armando just said. That's what Armando just said.
I can buy my own liquor. I'm grown.
That's it. That's all it was, bro. But it's like when I saw her, like I knew in my head, I was like, that's a grown woman. I don't stand a chance. So I wasn't even about to try to pursue that, because I'm still, like I said, fresh out the water. I'm still working 3 jobs, barely making rent, bus fare, food, cell phone. I'm not about to jump into no relationship with that, because at that point I'm dead weight. Like I can't hold my own like that. There's no alignment at that point. Like at that point, you're just dragging me along.
It's crazy.
And like,
I said, thinking that you could even get into the relationship is crazy in itself.
It's insane.
Right. And some people need to start thinking like that. See, but that in itself, you had a level of knowing enough to be like, I can't drag nobody else in this right now.
Can't do it.
I got too many things happening at the same time simultaneously.
and not any of them are going anywhere.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I got to fix this first before I even think about that. Because
man, what you mean?
But that's a good thing. That's a good thing to have is self-awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Self-awareness, guys, is not a bad thing.
It's good.
Use it. You know what I'm saying? If you see your life is trash and you have a lot of things and you barely securing your self-safety right now, don't invite nobody else in because you ain't gonna secure them and it's gonna show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
You know what I'm saying? I know you attracted and you see them and you're like, man, she fine. I want some of that in my life. But think about it. You had to split a McDouble with somebody.
Just the McDouble, not the whole meal.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Cutting McDonald's hamburger bun in half,
Bruh.
like talking about, all right, baby, let's get some of this dinner.
Let's get something to eat. You get a fry, I get a fry.
You asking them for a water cup, but you sneak and get some Sprite.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I see them bubbles in that clear cup, buddy.
That ain't no sparkling water either.
Well, I know that ain't that just carbonated water. That's Sprite. Because I know the people back. Hey, yeah, this is how you know what I'm saying. Hey, all of us come from struggle. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I have getting many a clear cups and fill that thing with that bubbling Sprite.
100%.
It's like, hey, that water. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know they know because it's like carbonation. Water don't do that, buddy.
Look,
not on the
talking about that. And Quick Trip has seen me many a times.
Oh boy, with the same cup. I ain't even coming there with a new cup. I'd say I'm refilling.
Look.
You refilled it from 3 weeks ago, bro.
That cup don't have all kinds of things in it. Cup is slushies.
I was about to say, go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, boy, I used to get the butter from the duck from a Quick Trip cup back in the day, boy. Hey, that cup, I recycle that cup, boy, go home and wash it. It was like,
I swear to God, bro.
Take that with me when I go get to the Martyr Bus by Avondale Estates. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stop by that little Quick Trip on the hill.
Look, bro.
Wait till shift change. You'd be like, oh yeah, I'm back for a refill.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you know, hey, throw me a little cup up like that. Hey, I ain't got that. I ain't got no dollar. I got a quarter.
Go in that mug, fill it with ice, sneak a energy drink in the ice.
Oh boy, you know what I'm saying? Well, y'all don't know nothing about. Hey, I tell you what, I ain't even have enough money for Big Mac. Y'all know what I used to do to get a Big Mac at McDonald's?
Get a mini Mac. Get
a McDouble, add Mac sauce, add shred. Ain't nothing but a quarter extra. Had some mini Macs.
Hey, look, all you missing is that extra bun in the middle.
Didn't need that. I just needed the Big Mac experience without the Big Mac price. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You get creative. You know what I'm saying?
Right, you get creative. You know what I'm saying? See, this is when you know, hey, you attracted, but you can't afford the level of attraction that your eyes see.
Look. Window shopping right now, my boy.
I can't possibly align.
So what was that process for y'all when y'all felt like all right, I'm operating in attraction, like instinct from a poor standpoint. So it's like, all right, you want to start operating better because you're trying to think on a higher plane and, you know, navigate your life and manhood or whatever that even looks like for you. And now it's like, all right, you see somebody, but now you're not going to look at this woman through how you looked at things before. You're going to look at this with intention. What was that process like for you? And you're like, all right, this woman, hard no for you because of this, that, and the third. And for you, we get to explore. Like, or, you know, what was that transition, that process like for y'all? Or was that even a process, you know, that you were even aware of? Because maybe it came with like other areas of your life. Like Chris, you talked about it, how, you know, you became a disciple when you was really young. and you had your experience from before that. And so, what was that journey in discipleship that got you to a point where it's like, man, I gotta start thinking of how I think and handle and process women differently. And Darius, I know you became a disciple a little later in life in comparison to us. Still a very young brother at that time, but like you having a different set of experience. What did that change look like?
See, okay. I think for me, I'm hard headed. I have to learn through experience. And there was a situation that I was in that went left, went to a place it shouldn't have, and because I was operating solely off of this sense of attraction was so strong, I lied to myself and said it was alignment. Ooh. Or I tried to force it into an alignment, and that honestly kind of rocked me to my core. And after that moment, I told myself, like, bruh, I can no longer operate in a sense of wanting solely just a relationship. Because if the relationship is my goal, then at that point, everything that I'm doing is being geared towards that and not towards anything else. So like me trying to improve myself for said person, me trying to do all of this, get this car, get this type of job just to please this person out of an attraction, that went downhill real fast. So after that point, like I had to realize that, okay, something gotta change. And Armani, he knows what I'm talking about. And I told you about this too, Darius, but like after that moment, it's like the aura just changed because the focus was different. At that point, I slowly started working on trying to get myself in a more solid place, not just financially, not just physically, but spiritually. Really trying to work my relationship with God, really get grounded and solid in my morals and my convictions and all this other type of stuff. Because if I am going to align with someone, I cannot try and fake a persona to meet somebody. Because I've seen many people get into a relationship and they think that there's this switch that is going to flip in their head and think, oh yeah, now I'm operating as a boyfriend. Now I'm operating as a husband. No. This is should be how you naturally are before you get into anything. Yeah. Because what and actually saying like what attracted her to me was how I treated everyone else around me, not just her. So like other sisters and all the stuff that was at the church, like she saw the friendship that I had with them. And that there wasn't anything. Chill.
And we live.
My bad. You can't cut that out.
Live, by the way.
But she saw like how I was with other people, and then she was like, okay, there's no motive behind these things. Like that's just naturally how he is. But yeah, I had to really just kind of shift my focus on bettering me as a person, bettering my relationship with God, and getting myself to a place to where it's like I'm bringing my fullness into whatever I step into, God willing, and not having to make like this drastic change or like fake the funk or do anything like that. It's like, no, like this is what I'm presenting. And if this is what you like, then by all means we can, make something fake and then move forward. But yeah, I had to kind of like switch that mode. Like, nah, bro, you got to get your stuff together.
I say for me, I'm gonna make a long story short. See, my path kind of started before I started going to church with y'all guys, because I tell people a lot of times, like back in the day, it's gonna sound crazy to say, but I'm gonna say it because it's how I feel I was doing it. I learned how to finesse the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like back in the day, I used to be a part of church and stuff like that. I've been going to church for a long time, but then when I started driving trucks, it was my way of kind of like departing from all the things that were familiar and trying to go learn myself for real. I need to be by myself because I felt like I had so much stuff in the air, so many relationships. I had been engaged before my wife, you know what I'm saying? And I was, when you don't like a person, but you know, you like cheek meat, you know what I'm saying? And cheeks is good. Sexuality kind of overclouds, especially when it's good cheeks.
Yeah.
It overclouds your thoughts. Like you are willing to put up with way more stuff when the sex is good, but one day the blinders are gonna come off, and you gonna look and you be like, "Oh, you a demon." I'm a demon too.
That's exactly why.
Oh, we've been co-demoning. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We've been over here co-demoning. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're using God to say something is holy when we ain't even doing the holy part right. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, just like for that, I had to,
That's like black in the South is about.
Hey man,
God at the end of it. You know what I'm saying?
You understand? And that's what I'm saying. It's just like, but like I said, like what you said earlier in this conversation is just like, yo, and when you used to be in the environments and you see how people treat church, you kind of learn how to do the same thing without even knowing that you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because the environment just it seeped in your pores without you even knowing it was seeping in.
You just start moving without even.
You just performing. You just like, oh, you
like,
like, dang, why am I doing this? It's like, oh, product of my environment. You know what I'm saying? And then once I started driving trucks, I kind of got to myself, and I'm out here praying, thinking. It was like, hey, God, well, I was in some wild stuff. You know what I'm saying? But then God still, it was like a 5-year span, and then I found the church, you know what I'm saying, GACC. And I saw, and being around them was like, oh, snap. A lot of these people actually really trying to walk this walk. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's some people out here, you know, there's some people don't slid in some cheeks and stuff like that. But honestly, they was still trying harder than anybody else. I saying it's just like, I was so used to going.
Out there, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, and I met my boy Brian, and I was like, he was a solid brother from jump. Like me and him really vibed from that. Me and him used to sit in the truck and sit outside, and we just used to chop it up. I used to be at his house, and we just talk. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of like gave me a better perspective because I'm like, man, this is a young professional brother. I'm a young professional brother, and he trying to do things right. And I was just like, it kind of got to the point where it's like an iron sharper iron, and he changed my perspective on things, and he kind of made me start to look deeper, not only deeper in other people, but deeper in myself. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, oh, okay, this is what I've been doing wrong. I've just been seeking attraction. I know what I'm attracted to. I know I want 5'8" thick, and that's good enough to allow that person into my life. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we give people keys to our life prematurely, and we allow them in spaces that they don't even really belong. And we allow it because we don't have security in ourselves. And once God built that security in myself, I was able to express my no's and yeses very fluently. I was like, no, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't like that. Oh, you can't treat me like that. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. And I feel like that's kind of the same thing that when I met my wife, she exuded. She had hard nose, and she was just like, no, these meats is for the dude that gonna give me his last name. You ain't getting these meats without the last name part. You got to stand up before Jesus cry. You know what I'm saying? and say your vows and say I do. You know what I'm saying? And that right there was attractive to me because I was just like, I never had nobody that wouldn't bend to my will. You know what I'm saying? Because I still was a horny monster and would try certain things like, hey, let me see where it goes. You're like, nah, nigga, stop. You know what I'm saying? I see you. Oh, you saw that? All right.
My bad.
Praise God. You want to pray? Because I'm feeling the kind of way. But that's what I'm talking about. Is it like when you
Shabal was going through trials and tribulations, my nigga. Like, what is going on?
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I was still learning, but she was still praising, just like the grace thing that you was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Giving people a certain amount of grace. She saw potential, but I was living up to the potential too. I wasn't a person that was just full of potential. I was acting on things, changing my mindset, growing, teaching, becoming a leader, learning how to be somebody worthy or somebody that want the same thing I want, you know what I'm saying? Which was growth and evolution. You know what I'm saying? Not staying the same. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like that switch right there was critical. Because all I knew was, you know what I'm saying? I knew how to finesse. I said, I know if I'm nice with her long enough, she'll eventually give me what I want. Because I know she ain't got that. She ain't got no daddy. You know what I'm saying? So she ain't got nobody. She gonna bend in my wheel. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the first man she ever seen.
I was so matter of fact. She ain't got no daddy. Like,
she ain't got no daddy.
For real, but that's how I looked at it.
I mean,
you know
I'm
what
not saying you wrong.
She ain't got no daddy. She easy. She's a mark. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I used to look at it. Like, you're a mark. You know what I'm saying? You gonna play this game for as long as you can, but I can nice you out the pantaloon. Siobhan, I couldn't nice her out the pantaloon. Them things stayed tight. Like she had on some chastity belt, bro. Like she was just like, nah, cuz.
That boy Darius was outside and was like, I smell fatherless behavior.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, ain't no daddies down here. No standards. Exactly. It's only a matter of time. I can take you to Burger King and get you the large size, and you'll be impressed. Like, yeah, go ahead and upsize that for little buddy. She was like, oh God, I ain't never had nobody, give me a large fry and a large drink. Like,
he got money.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Real easy to impress hood boogers, bro. It's like real easy.
Insane.
Take a little intentionality. People, gives up people a level of attention, that they haven't had or don't get very often. Yeah. And I think that can work both ways, Pause. For ladies out there who be finessing these dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I had one. That would have me leave all my normality. Like, bye. I get away from that.
That's real life. That's how I do. That's what's up. How was it like building that relationship? Now that you're operating with intention, you know what I'm saying? It's like versus when you were just operating out of attraction. Like for you guys navigating that, because I know I guess I'll even say, even for me, like when I'm just operating, I'm just doing stuff. Like to me, manipulating people was like something that I did to make myself feel like I was in control. And sometimes it's what you would do just because you're bored. And my friends around me, I feel like I picked it up from them, just because it was like, trying to manipulate women was just a thing that you did at younger ages. So operating like that is just kind of operating from them, and oftentimes finding yourself in places like without even trying for real it's just like you start knocking on doors, so to speak, with women you wouldn't normally even go there with, but sometimes it's just like, I just want to see what kind of reaction will I get if I try this. And then next thing you know, it's like, oh, okay, well, what happens when I do this? And just kind of like what Derek's saying, it's just like a constant playing of a game and seeing how far it can push somebody. And one of my favorites was when I would run into a woman who was like, oh yeah, I'm not having sex before marriage. I'd be like, we'll see.
Yeah.
And it for me, it was literally a game. And half the time, it wasn't even about like even having sex. It was just about pushing a woman to a point where it's like, okay, I can get you to dance to my tune, so to speak. So yeah, like kind of adopting from that way of thinking solely from, a selfish standpoint. You start thinking more of like, okay, how am I actually benefiting somebody else? Like, it's like, it's so funny. We hate that conversation sometimes. Oh, I say we as in like everybody, general public, not necessarily us three, because we talked about it. What do you bring to the table? Conversation that people try to have on like these dating shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's like, you really got to know what you bring to the table before you even start going there. When you navigating intentionally, you be like, all right, well, what you got to know?
Yeah.
Go to some place and be like, oh yeah, whoop, whoop, whoop. And they're like, okay, that's awesome, because I don't need you. You eliminated yourself by trying to do too much and trying to look like somebody, and you eliminated yourself from somebody's eyes that you wanted to be seen. And it's like, you got to know what you bring. You got to know what you're trying to bring. You got to know how what you bring betters somebody else. You start like navigating differently like that. I feel like it definitely changes how you approach it. And I think that was like a lot of what I had to do. Is like, how do I impact other people? How do I make somebody else better? How do I feed into the people around me? How do I make my immediate surroundings better? If this is what I bring and this is who I am, then this is what's going to happen in our relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's going to be a part of like my personal dynamic with this person. Of course, you want to figure out, do you get along and all that other stuff. But it's like, getting along don't mean nothing, because I can get along with people I'm attracted to.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't mean that we're aligned. So
yeah, fact.
The little extra pieces of just that intentionality. I feel like that's a lot what it was for me, even if a lot of that wasn't like as the process of like, oh, I'm laying out like a test sheet, and filling it out.
Yeah.
It's like, I know this is what it is. I know this is what I'm trying to do type, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because I say this, I ask you this, like, what was a key point in your what was the key point of getting yourself to the point to ask questions without intending on manipulating the answer?
Rephrase that.
So a lot of times, sometimes I know back in the day when I was a master manipulator, you know what I'm saying? I would be asking questions to get intel, but I would not be giving nothing of myself. They'll be like, hey, I come from a family, 2-parent, woo. And I kind of like just be like, yeah, my family's straight. We get along. I don't get along with my who this well, but you know what I'm saying? We straight. Basically giving like a Olay, you know what I'm saying? Like a bull just ran through, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just getting information. So I was like, oh, I know. Okay, so you this type of person. So this is what you need to see in order to feel comfortable around me. This is what you need to open up around me. Woo. You know what I'm saying? When do you get to that point where you're not doing that?
Ooh, that's a good one, because I feel like I'm good for that. You can call it alignment with me being a Scorpio or whatever, just because I see it and people comment on it about being a Scorpio all the time. Like, we use information like currency. And with that, I can be in a conversation and make somebody tell me all about themselves and everything, and they're having this deep conversation, and I'll even share certain things.
Yeah.
They won't want to think about me.
Hey, walk away is like, hold up, they fed me, but was that just a popcorn kernel?
Right.
I opened up a full buffet of myself, so it was like, yeah, here you go, some chips.
Mm-hmm.
Get your little snack.
bro.
Enough to keep. I basically gave them chewing gum. You know what I'm saying? I gave you something to chew
Pretty
on, but
much.
that you can swallow.
Something to hold you.
That what that? Yeah. That There's nothing wrong.
Oh, hi. Yeah, all that. So, at what point did I stop that? Or what caused me to stop it? What was that your question?
Yeah, like what got to the point? What got you to the point where you was just like, all right, I'm not seeking this information to use against them. I'm actually trying to build so I can find some alignment. So this is a person I want to do this with.
Yeah, I think at that point in time is you gotta. Somebody like me, I had to accept the fact that I have to be vulnerable with some people. I have to be honest, and I have to start to let people in.
Right.
Pause and figuring out, because they have to make the same decision that I make. Because I can say that, oh, this person's aligned with me, but if I'm not aligned with them,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? It really don't mean but so much. Like only one person's gonna be happy in this relationship. It means it's probably not gonna be a good relationship. So now I've got to navigate slightly differently just on that standpoint. So I had to be considerate of other people in that regard. Understand that they have to make their own decisions, and understand that if this is going to be for a long game, like this matters. It's just that level of authenticity that I want to lead with,
Right.
and I have to be that. You know, it doesn't mean that, especially for somebody like me, it doesn't mean that I have to open my door to anybody who wants to like get to know me per se.
Yeah.
I can still be selective, but it's like now the people who I choose to connect with, I let them actually see who I am, so they can make informed decisions. You know, because again, it's not about me, and I think I personally believe levels of vulnerability are important for leadership.
Yeah, leadership, business, all that stuff.
All that, like if you can't be honest, you know, especially like, hey man, you messed up. You gotta be okay with the fact that you messed up, and you gotta be okay with talking that through. Like, hey, man, this is what it is. But you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna do everything I can to make this better. Like,
right.
Whatever. Or like if we gotta discuss it, or if I gotta take certain levels of feedback, whatever the case is. Like that's why like I think I'm the kind of person, I appreciate people who are direct with me like that. Where they're like, hey, man, you messed up, or I didn't really like this, or I think you should think about this differently. Let's talk about it. You know, don't just tell me that. Like, help me get there. You know, like I ain't telling you to like do everything for me, but it's just like help me see what you're seeing, so I can start to navigate a little bit more informed about myself and maybe my own preconceived notions or habits that I don't realize that I'm having. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to be open to that kind of stuff. The second you start being open to that, man, you really start changing the world you navigate. You know, you don't look at the world as like like your own personal playfield. And you know, and it's like this is a place, like this is a two-way street for real. Give it the respect.
Well, hey there, new dude.
Because I think that's the only way you can build. Like, I switched the gear a little bit with it. It's the only way you can build a community aspect. You know what I'm saying? It's just like people got to be vulnerable enough, and I feel like that's a lot of times what people miss. Is just like vulnerability is so key to making the bridge in order for safe passage for everybody. And that's when I when I learned who I was and learned that only I can allow people to manipulate me, people no longer were able to manipulate me. I was just like, oh, you're doing something I don't get down with. I could either allow you to exist in my space and just kind of like, okay, they here. I know who you are. You showed who you were, so I can allow you around because you don't even mess up my flow and what I'm doing. But you know, it also too, I know the thing about when I learn people is like, all right, I know when I have to dismiss you.
Yeah.
I know when you don't align with what I got going on right now, you can't be in this space because you ain't even trying to help this happen. So you need to go over here. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. And I feel like that's when, because some people could have gifts, and I take it off the relationship. People could have gifts that you're attracted to, but don't align with the mission.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you could see something in somebody like, man, that is fire. Like that's good. But when it come to getting the job done, it don't do it. You just like, wow, that's not, that won't help me get to where I'm going. But they'll want to be around you because the thing of it is they're attracted to the gift you have because what brought about the ecosystem that they want to exist in with you. You know what I'm saying? But you have we as those type of people have to be okay with saying, well, nah, man, that's cool, and I appreciate you as a person, but you need to slide to the right quick because this big grown man business over here, you trying to play. You know what I'm saying? It's a time and a place for everything, and this is neither the time nor the place. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's how we have to be as men and growing content creators, influencers, and stuff like that. Because the thing of it is just like all that stuff cool and everything that we use in life, we don't understand that it translates to everything in life. Like it ain't only relational, it's business, it's, you know what I'm saying, people that you interact in spaces, parents, friends, stuff like that. Just like I know what friends I could bring to a business meeting, and I know what friends I can go. They just playtime friends. It's just like, hey, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna do this thing. We cool with each other, but we don't align in every space. You know what I'm saying?
You were opening up like a bigger conversation that I want to have, like just that aspect of alignment in being able to recognize that. I think the example you used was great, talking about like people's gifts, and how they affect you as an individual. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that I always say is like someone valuable to me isn't always valuable to somebody else.
Right.
And what's valuable to somebody else isn't always valuable to me. Like I always use that example. Because I'm a photographer. It's like there are a lot of photographers who are just not very valuable to me.
Right.
Because when I go places, I'm the photographer. So I personally don't need you.
Yeah.
But somebody else might. It doesn't change your value. It just means when I go to the same place that you go, both of us low-key kind of drop in value because now there potentially might be one or two more people here than we need that are photographers.
Right.
There's in that regard. You know, I'm a little extra dynamic in being unnecessarily artsy, so I'm usually able to adapt, but it's like regardless that's just kind of how it goes. You know
when two talents can cancel each other out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're just like, I understand what this person was trying to bring about, but actually our skills being in the same place is not going to bring about no finished product that's worth anything. You know what I'm saying?
It's like there may be a situation where the two of us can make that work, but maybe the task at hand, this isn't it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And a lot of people will try to make things work. And just like I tell people a lot of times, like if you got to force yourself to make that work, it ain't going to work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the forcing that's a whole nother job. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you got to force something in, you are actually applying more pressure to the forcing than what you actually need to be doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you have to treat it like a puzzle piece almost.
Yeah,
like because I oftentimes hate the phrasing of like when people say, "Oh, you complete me, I complete you" type of deal. No.
I don't agree with
that. I don't agree with that one bit. It should be you yourself are whole. I too am whole. There's a certain piece that you have that'll fit exactly where it needs to be in this overall picture, and I also have a piece that'll fit. And now we're both making a complete picture. So opposites can attract, but it can also align as well.
100%. Thank you. I'm so happy
Yeah.
you said that. Because I can't stand people who kind of have that idea. It's like, yeah, you are whole. You are made complete in Christ. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You are a whole person made complete in Christ. Somebody else is a whole person made complete in Christ.
Right.
You separately are your own mosaics. You're
Mhm.
beautiful by yourselves. You just happen to make something new if you decide to come together. You know what I'm saying? And it's like this whole idea of like, oh, whether or not you have to be like a certain type of person, like the whole opposites attract,
Yeah.
or sometimes they don't. I believe you can make it work with whomever you want to.
Want to, bro? Like for real.
It's
Like,
about
for
the
real.
willingness. Like it.
Yep.
There's only force. Like you only have to force it when somebody's not willing.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like if you
Yeah.
two people are unwilling, you know what I'm saying? And then you can do it there. Walk away. Y'all
Yeah,
gonna
you
blow
can.
each other's brains out. Y'all gonna ruin each other's masterpiece.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
Can't make a round piece fit into a
because just
square hole.
like as different as me and Siobhan may seem, we are a lot alike. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I say people say opposites attract. It's like, well, Siobhan just got a different temperature than me, but trust and believe she just like me at the same time. Like she more calmer than I am, but her intensity is the same. You know what I'm saying? You
100%.
cross the line, she will put you back on your rightful side.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be like, you see what you're doing right now. She will allow you passes just to put you back. I just won't let you come cross. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I tell people it's like
walk you back across the street.
Yeah,
There's the
politely
people in the
too. You know what I'm
before you
saying?
cross the threshold.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just like she'll politely usher you back. You know what I'm saying? With some stern words, but
And
for
in
the
a
most
strong
part,
grip.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. But just like, and that's why I tell people, I say that's the beauty. I say I can see a lot of myself in her, and she can see a lot of herself in me. That's why I tell people I don't really believe that opposites attract. Just like what Armani said, if it's two willing participants, anything can come about if you're willing. You know what I'm saying? It's just you got to be willing to be willing. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's all it is. I said we forget that we humans, and we just think about how black people all have a shared experience, and we ain't grow up in the same house with each other. You know what I'm saying? We a lot alike. It's just some things that's nuanced that may be different. But for the most part, 75% of us that don't have the same lived experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Experiences.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like we have to get over that. Just be willing to work with people that's going to work. Be willing to align yourself with people that want alignment.
Yes. That's
You
what
know
you
what I'm
gotta
saying?
want. For sure.
Just be willing to align with people. Hear me? Align with folks that want alignment. You know what I'm saying? That's all you have to really do.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't saying that's the A, B, C, D, E. I ain't saying that's the final piece, but at least baseline, align with people that want alignment.
Let me ask y'all this. I know we coming on to the back end of it, but I want to ask, how do you navigate alignment? And maybe you guys haven't really felt this per se, because y'all got locked in. I feel like we all got pretty locked in pretty earlier in life-ish. How do you navigate not being attracted to someone or anyone within the area or the ecosystem in which harbors your alignment? Or how do you deal with attraction away from what you're aligned to? So those were indeed two separate questions. So I apologize. I will repeat them if I need to.
Repeat them.
one more time.
I need some repetition.
So first question. Again, this may not apply to us because we all are married. But it's like, how do you navigate an ecosystem of alignment, but you're not attracted to anything within that system? And two, how do you operate within your alignment, even if you're attracted to someone, but then manage your attraction when you still find yourself struggling with attraction that's like that you're not aligned to.
Okay, let me see. Do I understand what you're saying? I'm gonna say it in my words and correct me if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? All right. So what you saying is like, how do I navigate with somebody that I ain't even attracted to? You know what I'm saying? Like, they cool, but it's some cooler stuff. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't even have to be with a specific person. You're just within the ecosystem where you are in the ecosystem that like builds what you are aligned to, but you ain't finding anybody that you're attracted to.
Okay.
Like, how do you navigate that?
You want old me or new me? Because old me was very different than new me.
Talk to me. Talk to me like, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to break.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you feel me?
All right. So I'm gonna do like the young East Atlanta. So boom. You know what I'm saying? I feel like in that instance, I just be like, because I feel like I don't did that a lot. You know what I mean? Like I've been in a system where it was cool, you know what I'm saying? And it was giving me what I needed to survive. But at the same time, I was just like, this won't last. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's the point where I just, it's gonna sound crazy. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to extract what I wanted, and then I learned how to pause, eat the meat, and leave the bones. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I know what I'm in it for. I'm in it for what I want. I'm not really in it for anything else, sort of say. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it sound bad, you know. Like,
I know this in the sense of like you taking advantage of people and you be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just get what I need from you and I'm gonna keep it moving type John.
Yeah. I mean, basically, okay. You know what I'm saying? I know this is not a good environment for me, but it also is giving me some toolage that I can use when I walk away from here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm attracted enough to be in this space till I get what I want, then I'm gone. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds horrible, Michael.
I'm just saying.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. You navigating out of survival, like you said. You know what
that's what I say, because just like the younger, like, I don't live that life no more. You know what I'm saying? Because just like now, it's just like I won't even tolerate the space because I'm just like, ain't gonna nothing good can come for this from me or you. So I'd rather not destroy a space of human beings or a human. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just be like, man, I'm gonna go and part my way. You keep doing what you're doing. If that worked for you, but I'm not gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like, that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? It's just like my big adult self, 42-year-old self, know how not to even get involved. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, oh, is that what y'all got going on? Even though this may work for me, I'm not willing to go through this because it's gonna give me a certain headache at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That I'm not willing to even tolerate.
Right. That's kind of how I felt. Like when I found myself in a situation like that. I think it's gonna sound weird. It's just like I don't believe that I was truly ever naturally inclined to be like the kind of person to like go out of my way or just unnecessarily take advantage of women. I'm not saying that I've never been that guy, but I'm saying I learned to be that guy through social construction more so than that was a part of like who I was and who I am like to my core.
Yeah, I needed a hug.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we need hugs.
Right.
And so I know for me, when I found myself in a situation like that, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna operate out of alignment. I'm not focusing on attraction. I allowed it to be just that. But I also knew, and I had conversations with God because I came to the church and I saw the people who be like, oh yeah, I got married to a guy I never would have even dated in the world. I'm like, nigga, what?
Nigga, what, bro? Me too. Me too. I used to be like, nigga, what?
Because you see, back then, you know, I was Mr. Lone Wolf, so it's like I just be saying this stuff to myself because I'm just looking around. I'm just like, y'all niggas hear what they saying?
Oh, you different. You different than me. I said it audibly. Nigga, what?
Well, I always separated myself, so even if I said it out loud, nobody would have heard me because I was in the corner. Like,
yeah, I knew who you were, Dark Knight. You know what I'm saying? That joke was standing on the rooftop in the rain with his cape, looking like, look at these niggas.
Niggas out here
peasants
marrying people they don't even want to be with. Golly,
hey, admit that they bought their life of suffering. They're just like, yeah, I chose to suffer.
Never understood that.
I couldn't get with that because I immediately had a conversation with God. I was just like, God, like I love what they're doing for themselves if it actually works.
Yeah.
But that's not a winning solution for your boy.
I was saying
I got that. I need both them things in line. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that. Oh yeah. By the way, I just took this because it was the only thing around, and it was kind of okay. You know what I'm saying?
That's who I didn't want to be, because like one of the things that I noticed about attraction, and I think this is people in general. This isn't like a man thing. I think your concept of attraction changes based on your environment. That's how you have people where you saw them in high school and they were actually really, really attractive in high school.
Yeah.
And then they really didn't change a whole lot. Yeah. But later in life, you find it like you actually weren't that attractive. Your concept of what you've seen and what you've allowed yourself to be attracted to, that scope widened. And they no longer fell within the understanding of what you naturally consider attractive. And this is somebody who, for all intents and purposes, is like relatively the same. Like they didn't get all this extra weight or change their face or nothing like that. Like the same.
But I say it didn't widen. I don't think that wide. I think that narrowed. I think he was just like, oh snap.
When I meant wide, I meant like you're more so in the sense like your eyes open.
Oh, okay, like,
that's more so what I
like. Oh snap, you a booger, you a hood booger. You're alone.
You've been exposed to more.
Exactly. Yes. Because I told people requirement. I say, man, require for me to even align with a person, you gotta read or do some audible books or something. You can't just be getting your thoughts from the internet. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you gotta listen to things that's bigger than your own brain. Like, and that's like one of me and my wife's favorite pastimes to read books with each other, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And you know, we digest the same kind of media. You know what I mean? Nice. And I tell people like I ain't want to live that life like a lot of people we saw like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I'm on brother, I ain't gonna do that. I'm like, so you just okay with kind of, you know, one day they're gonna build so much contentment and you might just walk away. You know what I'm saying? It's just
and like that's what I foresaw within myself. I was like, I'm gonna get to a point where I'm gonna wake up one day and I'm gonna be like, I can't do this crap anymore.
Bro, and I know that I'm the same way, bro. And that's why I was like,
I'm like, bro, we can be aligned all we want, but I need to be able to wake up to you in the morning.
With your mouth wide open, like, you breathing up God's air. And just still want to kiss you in your mouth.
Yeah. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, I tell people all the time, it's just like, nah, bro, I don't play them games. I don't do that halfway stuff. Like, cause I was like, halfway start to deplete. It don't fill up. It's like I said, nah, you know, like I say, it is some people that are out there that just they can. But a lot of what I see as humans, we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like it don't get better. That's why I tell people, if your relationship is toxic before marriage, adding a ring to it don't make it more. It don't make it better. It just get worse. It turns into a bigger monster. That monster get gold hair and lightning around his body because it don't went Super Saiyan on you. And when it hit you with the Kamehameha, it gonna hurt.
Fat toys, my boy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's crazy.
That's good. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I know we got some more adulting to do today, guys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to round this out?
Yeah, we can go
close the book.
Close it out.
Y'all got something to share, some more stuff to share, to close out, to get some tips or something. You know what I'm saying? Don't leave them hanging, cuz.
I say this. You find yourself in a place where you start navigating, and you are ready to start navigating out of alignment. If you are a little too thirsty, you will likely find yourself in a situation where you will not be able to connect with somebody. Because people who are operating out of alignment, it's a little bit easier to recognize when somebody's being desperate. So you will be forced to be alone. If you want to find somebody else, unless you won't find somebody else who also happens to be operating out of desperation, which I'm sorry, that's not going to end well for either one of y'all. Because both of y'all are desperate. Y'all not connecting on the right reasons, and y'all are not connecting off of actual alignment. Y'all are connecting out of desperation. When you are in a place of operating through alignment, you have to navigate in a way where your intention is self-improvement. It literally will follow its own path after that. You know what I'm saying? Like it becomes very, very insanely clear. In different ways, because like I hope I'm still ending your thunder, Chris. Like I think the story with you and Ashley is amazing, because when you came into the church, she was always somebody you noticed, and like you did whatever, you navigated life for a little while, and then when you got to that point, you were like, yeah, I'm operating how I need to operate. You know what I'm saying? It's like things slowly started to align more and more on their own with that. So now crossing that bridge didn't seem like such the feat that it was when it first came around. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like, it's gonna sound horrible.
Make it sound horrible.
Or it's like me, when I first came to the church, I was just not interested. And that's not that. If somebody takes offense to that, I'm sorry.
There was some hood boogers in there.
Here you go.
There was some hood boogers. Natural hair wear with no good edges. Hood boogers.
That and I was just like, you know what? I'm over here. I'm just gonna do my thing. And of course, I remember when the first time I saw my who is now wife. That was it. I saw her and I was just like, there she is. And that was pretty much it. That was the end of the conversation. It wasn't a clean cut at that point, but that's because we were both still relatively young. We were both still young in Christ, and we both still had a lot of personal growth to do. I'm grateful to say that we are still with each other despite going through all of that. But 100%, I saw her and said, that's her.
Yeah. What about yourself, Big Chris Swolo?
No, I think it goes along with what Amanda was saying. Like, I think before alignment is even an option, there has to be some sort of self-reflection. There has to be some sort of self-work that's done before you even think about getting into anything with anybody else, whether that's a romantic relationship, whether that's platonic, whether that's professional, whatever it is. Like, you have to understand yourself fully before you even look to join yourself with anybody else.
I rounded off with this. Count the cost of yourself. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people start trying to count the cost of everything that they trying to grab externally before they count the cost of who they is before they even start from the starting point. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a good it's a good thing to put in your toolbox to be able to assess yourself before you start interacting with the things that you're trying to achieve, your dreams, of the people that you want to be with, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Because if you don't have a firm grasp of who you are and how you handle life right now, because I think that's what Chris pretty much did. I think that's what I did. I was just like, man, I know I ain't good for nobody, so I ain't even finna try to entertain people until I get to the point where I can at least handle me first. You know what I'm saying? Before I start trying to bring somebody else in, because it's nobody's job to fix who I am. It's just it's nobody's job to fix who we are. You know what I'm saying? Even in your business, your goals and stuff like that. See where you are. Allow yourself to give people who you are. You know what I'm saying? And allow people to give, because a lot of times people don't even understand you don't have alignment because you don't even allow people to give to you truly, like a compliment or fall to the wayside. People encouragement to fall to the wayside just because you're not even aligned with who you are. You can't even accept the love. You know what I'm saying? All you need, because just like even for me, when I grew into my marriage, it was just like, oh snap, I can't operate off hate and grit no more. I'm actually on the grace and love right now. How do I become successful without the hate? I needed hate to align. You know what I'm saying? But now I got love. Oh snap! Whoa! You know what I'm saying? And I had to really sit with that and just be like, "Oh snap, Playboy, you causing offense." You know what I'm saying, to be had. And so therefore, I was just like, "Oh snap! Let me realign myself to this path. This is the path that I wanted. So I have to line myself up with it and not just have 1 foot on it, on that path, and 1 foot on the path that I feel comfortable in." Yeah.
Factuals.
Yep. That's that. You have to be aligned with what you want to be aligned with.
Right.
If they're not aligned with you, nothing, big dog. So yeah, man.
Go and let that fish, throw that fish back in the water. You don't even eat that kind.
Right.
But yeah, hey, appreciate y'all for kicking.
Appreciate y'all. This was men's department YouTube live. I appreciate all the chat. Y'all chat showed up pretty strong today. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Stay blacker than the blackest black. But if you white, stay pink.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.